Hey everyone, it's Sarah and Andrea, and here is a clip from this week's Gaslit Nation early show. You can find it on our Patreon. The title is World War III on Our Mind.
So I don't know why DeJoy is still there. Initially, Ron Bloom, Kushner's buddy, was his protector. He was the chair of the board of governors of the Postal Service. We were all like, yeah, you should get rid of him because he was protecting Louis DeJoy and praising him and all this stuff. So he's gone. A new guy comes in, another new guy comes in. Forgetting their names off the top of my head. Sorry about that. They're also bad. They're also like, yes, Louis DeJoy, god of the Postal Service. He's so great. We're going to keep him forever. Looks to me like they're destroying the Postal Service. Looks like they are privatizing it. Looks like they don't give a shit whether vulnerable Americans get their mail, whether people living in rural communities get their mail. And this is deeply alarming to me. I know this might seem like a small thing compared to the World War III and the plague brewing in the background. It is very ominous that a government would let its postal service die. This is the most rudimentary part of infrastructure. It is a uncontroversial part of infrastructure. Everyone understands why we need to be able to get the mail. Everybody gets mail. It holds our society together. It allows people from one part of the country to send things to people in another. In a way, the Postal Service reminds us all that we are a United States. So what does it mean when a government wants to destroy that or is, kicking back and allowing it to be destroyed? To me, that says that the government does not mind if the country collapses. And there are another of other indicators that surround this. The loss of voting rights, the lack of repercussions for the violent insurrectionist coup on the Capitol, which every other country would treat as a big deal unless the country is already hijacked from within and has no intention of, enduring as a sovereign, democratic nation state. That is what the destruction of the Postal Service continuing under the Biden administration signifies to me. And it's deeply alarming. And there needs to be more investigative reporting as to why this is going on.
So we're really in an ideological war against the Republican Party and its allies around the world, including Russia and Hungary. And so, of course, they're going to amplify each other. That's what they're doing. And they're doing this to consolidate power, to stay in power, to avoid accountability and enrich themselves. And the rest of us suffer. Human potential suffers at a time when we desperately need Russian greatness and the Russian mind to be open to solve all the many crises we're being hit with in the world. Russia's given us some extraordinary thinkers. We're being deprived of them because of Putin, because of his mass death and destruction. And this really sets the world back and furthers the existential crises that our species and many species are facing right now. So the last thing we need during this critical time for this planet is for autocracy to make a major comeback and consolidate power and stay in power. If the US should fall in the coming years, we'll continue talking about the potential for that and what to do about that on this show. It's going to be disastrous. It's going to have a very dangerous domino effect. It's going to strengthen Hungary, certainly. It's going to strengthen Russia, certainly, and it's of course going to strengthen China because Trump's whole fake Twitter war, or whatever, with China he was enriching himself, and so was his daughter with their close ties to the Chinese. They're getting all sorts of kickbacks in the form of cutting through all sorts of red tape and getting trademarks and Trump even asked the Chinese to investigate Biden and Hunter Biden. Right? He wouldn't have done that to an enemy. Like that was all for show, his fake war with China. That was to rally up his racist base. That was because I think also it was a macho thing where he wanted, China is the big kid on the block now, and Trump wanted to stick his chest out at China. So there's a bit of that. But Ivanka had her child speaking Mandarin to please the Chinese authorities and the Chinese audience. So that whole war was bullshit. So you're going to see all the autocrats, no matter where they are, strengthen themselves if the US should fall. And I think that's their end goal.